This is the absolute reality, the complete truth of my baby's second week of life. I was really worried about him. Let's readmit you into hospital. This could be preeclampsia. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video, which is my 2-week postpartum and 2-week baby update video. I can't believe that baby Leo is already 2 weeks old. It feels like just the other day that I had him, but it's great actually thinking that he's been with us for 2 weeks and the time has gone like that. So they say when time flies, you know you're having fun. And he is just the most loveliest baby. He has fit into our family so well. The kids absolutely love him. Everybody seems to love Leo, and I'm not surprised because he's just so cute. He is getting longer. The midwives in hospital, the midwives would say, oh, hasn't he got really long fingers? And I just think he's just a long baby. I think he is just gonna be really tall. I mean, I'm tall, I'm just under 6 foot, and Reese is about 6'3", so he's just gonna be tall. I wanted this video to be a really positive video, but there's gonna be elements of it which aren't so positive, like, I mean, this is the absolute reality, the complete truth of my baby's second week of life. Baby Leo has been losing weight since he was born, which is so sad, and it's so scary for us as parents to learn that your baby is losing weight. They're not sure why he's losing weight. So during this second week, he has been weighed a few times, and it's got to the point now where he was weighed and they said he's lost too much of his birth weight. So we went over to the main hospital and we spoke with the baby doctor, who was a bit concerned because they didn't know if something else was going on, you know, if there's an underlying condition or anything. So they asked if I could stay in with Leo and see if we can try and get his weight up a bit. So I said, yeah, sure, totally, I will stay in. So myself and Leo and Reese, actually, Reese was allowed to stay in with me because I was really worried about him. I was crying, I was that worried. We all stayed in the hospital. Actually, we stayed in exactly the same bed area of when I had Leo, which was really, it's a bit eerie. It was a little bit weird thinking, oh, back here again. You know, a week or so after having him, we are back there. Even some of the midwives are like, what are you doing back? But that's why we stayed. So it was great to have the support from the midwives as well. I've been expressing my breast milk for him, so we've been giving it to him via a bottle. So Reese was doing that whilst I'm expressing or breastfeeding him. So it was like a tag team effort to try and get some weight into Leo. We were only there for overnight anyway, and we went home the next day. So there wasn't a massive difference in his weight at all. So it was like trying to figure out why he had lost so much weight. Now, he still has jaundice, and the baby doctor was saying if Leo still has jaundice after 2 weeks, because he's just turned 2 weeks, so if he has it after 2 weeks, that's called prolonged jaundice, and there could be a reason why he still has prolonged jaundice. Now, we've now since learned that prolonged jaundice, or jaundice in babies, because jaundice is very common in babies anyway, but it's when they have too much of the bilirubin in their system, which is what makes them like a yellowy orange colour. That can be a danger or a worry. Or if it's prolonged like Leo's, there could be a worry behind that. Now, the main things are baby doesn't feed very well, baby is very sleepy, which Leo has been really sleepy, and babies don't gain weight very well. Now, he falls under all of that, and also obviously the yellowing of the skin. His eyes are really quite yellow still, so that might be, the jaundice might be the reason why he's not gaining weight very well. But we're going to get him weighed in a couple of days, and if he is still quite underweight and if he still has jaundice, then he's going to be referred back to the main hospital and also to the jaundice clinic. So I'm kind of hoping that we get seen by a specialist pretty soon, because it's actually really quite worrying. Now, I wanted to say this because not everything is positive. Not everybody has a positive couple of weeks after their baby's born. Sometimes there is something that's not right, and in our case it is Leo losing weight. So bear with me on that. Wish me luck that everything is going to be okay, because I have cried a lot over this. He is asleep in his bed behind me. So if you hear him making little noises, that's little Leo saying hi. So I am going to keep on breastfeeding Leo and also expressing. So doing the breastfeeding for about 15 minutes and then giving him some of my expressed milk just to make sure he's got breast milk, basically. So I really wanted to breastfeed him, and hopefully, I'm a little bit concerned that I might not be able to continue my breastfeeding journey. I'm feeding him roughly around every 3 hours. Sometimes he can go 4 hourly. That's usually at night. He's actually pretty good at sleeping at night. That is a positive. I know I said he's quite sleepy, but he does wake when he wants some food. He goes to bed around about 10 will be his last feed, and then he'll wake up a few hours after that, and I will feed him, sometimes 4 hours, and then 3 to 4 hours after that, and then we're back into the morning again. So I am having some blocks of sleep. It's not very long all the time because I'm expressing as well. So it's a long old, it's pretty hard work at the moment. I can't wait to just be able to solely breastfeed him. With him being breastfed and also taking the bottle, he takes in quite a bit of wind, and he's really hard to wind. It's getting to the point now where we sit him up and try and wind him, and we go round and round trying to wind him, and pat his back, all these different movements. The way that Leo seems to wind is we just lay him down, wait for about 30 seconds, then pick it back up again, and then hope that the wind bubbles go up to the top. And you can actually hear them rattling around inside him. But he's like so desperately trying to hold on to this wind. But we just lay him back down again and then get him back up. And then finally he will wind. And oh goodness, the relief of your baby burping is amazing. So Leo really does not like having a bath, which is so sad because I think it's a really nice thing to do as a parent, to bath your baby, and it's supposed to be like a nice calming, relaxing thing for him, but he doesn't think so. So we try and make him really, really quick. His umbilical cord actually fell off on day 14. I was wondering when it was going to fall off, but it's finally come off now. So Leo is mostly a happy baby. When he is awake during the day, he has happy, quiet times. So he's not crying through his wake times, which is so lovely. It's so nice to just watch him and talk to him. I sing to him. I have him in a wrap. I've got this lovely Amma wrap which I like to put him in, and I can walk around and do things with him, because as you can imagine, it's quite hard to have a newborn baby and 3 children under the age of 3 as well. So I've now got 4 children under the age of 3. So trying to get anything done is quite hard. So imagine being able to just pop him into this amazing wrap, which is great because it's just one big piece of material which I just wrap all around myself, and then I can just get on with whatever I need to get on with. He's also really enjoying black and white stimulation. I have got some lovely black and white items. I've got a nice circular mat for ages 0 to 4 months. So he likes to lay on that, and I prop up some of the side of the mat so he can look at it basically. And also I've got a few muslins with black and white patterns on them. So I will tie that to the carry cot. So when we're out and about having a little walk, he can have a look. Even if I just have it over my shoulder when we're trying to wind him, he can see it then. Really, really calms him down. We've got a nice, it's almost like a bumper that goes around the inside of his Moses basket. And it's a bit of playtime for him basically, so he likes to lay there and look at it as well. It's a really, really good idea. If you haven't got anything like black and white stimulation, I highly recommend it, because I'm pretty sure that's all they can see is black and white. So that's actually pretty strong contrast for them if you have just black and white. I feel like I've said black and white a lot. The 3 little ones still absolutely love their baby brother Leo, and it's really nice to see them wanting to give him a kiss and give him a cuddle. They love holding him now, so I get them to sit down on the sofa, and then I will place Leo on them. I'm usually trying to support Leo's head because obviously they don't understand but then they like take it in turns, and so one has a go and then the next and then the next, and then the first one's like, I want to hold Leo, so I have to go back through it all again. But it's just the kisses. George loves kissing Leo, and it's so cute watching them interact. So as for myself, my postpartum update, I am generally feeling quite happy. I'm grateful that I don't have any sign of the baby blues. I mean, that doesn't mean that I can't get it, but right now I am really quite happy. I say that. Obviously, I've been very concerned about little Leo's weight. That has been worrying me an awful lot. There's me saying I'm perfectly happy. I am happy, but there has obviously been some niggles. When we went into the hospital with Leo, and the night that they said, okay, let's readmit you into hospital just to keep an eye on how Leo's doing, they also noticed my right foot my right ankle was very swollen. Now I'm aware that my right ankle is swollen. They were both of my feet and ankles were swollen after I had Leo. I had a cesarean, so I have been wearing these surgical socks, and the midwife told me that I could take them off on day 10. And a couple of days after that, we're in the hospital, and a midwife looks at my feet and she goes, blimey, your foot's really swollen. I'm like, yeah, my ankle is actually really, really swollen. It was drastically more swollen than my left foot. And she started asking me questions like, have you been having headaches? I said, yes, I have. I've been having really bad headaches. And the night before, I'd actually had a migraine, and it got so bad, I had visual disturbances on my left-hand side. Everything looked like a kaleidoscope. It was really, really weird. I keep getting headaches since that visual disturbance. So I've had them for almost a week now. And she said, do you feel sick? I said, no, I don't feel sick. I can't remember what else she asked me. God, it was only the other day. Oh, she took my blood pressure, and she took it and it was really, really high. And then she said, right, we need to get you looked at as well by a doctor. I'm saying, well, why? She said, this could be preeclampsia. And I thought, oh my goodness, no way. And I remember watching Downton Abbey, and there was a lady on there that had, I can't remember her name now. Oh my goodness, what was her name? What was her name? She was a brilliant character. Anyway, she had preeclampsia and she died. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I don't really know too much about preeclampsia. And they were like, oh no, don't worry, that was back then, you know. This is like curable if you catch it early enough. One less thing to worry about then. So it was just trying to figure out whether or not I have preeclampsia as well. So they did a blood test, and turns out I don't have it. Whew, thank goodness. But then, because my foot or my ankle was so swollen, it was actually going up to my knee. They started worrying that I might have a blood clot. So the next morning, a porter come and got me from my bed and wheeled me all the way across the hospital to go and get my leg scanned. I said, I can walk. And they're like, no, you have to be wheeled. Turns out I do not have a blood clot. So they weren't really sure why I still had a really swollen leg and a swollen foot. Still a bit swollen now, but it's nothing to really be too worried about. It's come down slightly. If they're not worried, I'm not worried. There isn't really any time to rest. I don't have to get up so early in the morning because I'm up during the night. So Reese, bless him, he gets up and he gets the 3 toddlers up for us. So he's downstairs with them, and then I surface with Leo probably about 7:30 a.m, something like that, because the twins can wake up pretty early sometimes. I'm still wearing some of my maternity clothes. I find it so much more comfortable, and I really don't want to push myself to think that I have to get back into my pre-maternity clothes, because I don't need that kind of pressure, and I'm not really that bothered right now. I haven't gone on the scales. I'm not really that interested, and I find my maternity leggings, because they've got a nice like wide waistband and they come up quite high, that's really comfortable for my cesarean scar, so I'm quite happy to keep wearing those, and they're just generally comfortable. And t-shirt wise, just a nice baggy top most of the time, or a loose jumper. I am now taking breastfeeding vitamins from Pregnacare. I took the Pregnacare pregnancy multivitamin all the way through my pregnancy, and now I take the breastfeeding one. I am drinking so much water just to keep my milk supply up, because the amount of water that your body consumes when you're breastfeeding is actually huge. So if you are breastfeeding, don't forget to take extra water in to produce that milk. I kind of miss being pregnant, but I am also glad that I'm not, so I can actually move a lot easier, because my goodness, my movements was really restricted, especially when my bum got really big. And also now I'm a couple of weeks postpartum, my scar doesn't hurt so much. I mean, it does every now and again, especially if I overexert myself. I'm not picking up the toddlers at all, because I will really do myself a mischief. Reese is picking them up, but moving some things, lifting some things, which I think is probably light. It's not always going to be so light. I mean, they do say don't lift anything heavier than your baby, but something I am so grateful for, I was thinking my future self will thank me. Well, I do thank my old self, was batch cooking, basically. Batch cooking lots of dinners for the evening, and also making lots of cakes and snacks as well. So I have been defrosting dinners for us to eat in the evening, so I really don't have to worry about making anything, and Reese doesn't have to worry about making anything. It's just been so good. So if you have the opportunity to batch cook lots of dinners for yourself and your family before your baby comes along, I highly recommend it, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed doing that. So that is something that I'm just going to continue to do anyway. But yeah, that is pretty much it for our 2-week update. I will link the AMA wrap in the description, also the breastfeeding pregnant care multivitamins if you wanted to go and take a look at those. I'll link that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so sorry I don't have Leo on me right now. He is fast asleep, so I was just taking this opportunity to do the videoing quickly whilst all 4 of the little ones are actually having a nap. Oh, he's just starting to make some little squeaks. So I will say thank you so much for watching my video. I'd love it if you would subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.